Can you see it yet, Evie? Welcome, welcome all to my Bonfire Night special. Wonderful. Good to see you all. Did you see the shitstorm in London? Yes, it's almost like my idea is starting to take on. Even Russell Brand had to do a V for Vendetta video at the end of the day. Well, I suppose I'm just ahead of the curve. What do you think, folks? Hello, Icon. Let me check this. Still here, fam. Oh, yes. Good to see you all. Did you see all the riot shit in London? Well, it wasn't really riot shit, but it was what do you call them? TSG, is it? Tactical Support Group. Is that what it stands for? I always get that wrong. But anyway, they had the brainwashed piggies out in riot gear. That's all I know they are. Um, and isn't it funny that the TSG are the ones that always start the fight? Have you ever noticed that? People are peaceful protest, and then all of a sudden, someone puts out. I think it was called a Section 35 or something, which is a call to some sort of riot control order from the state, essentially. It couldn't be closer to the story plot, though, could it, for V for Vendetta? The mysterious virus and authoritarian state intervention and shit. And it was set in the year 2020, that film. How fucking weird is that? Um, well, it's not that weird. I mean, it's what do you call it? Predictive programming, isn't it? Let me just check this is still working. Can you see it yet, Evie? The thing about ideas is they're bulletproof. Yes. Um, hello, everyone. Hello, Connor, Oracles, Icon, Brandy. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Are you good? Did you have a good bonfire day? Oh, what's she saying? Brandy Icon, the train said both CSX. I actually saw that train video, Brandy. Very cool. Hang on. What's it say? CSX and NS. What's up with that? I posted another clip for you. I'd like that recorded with a good microphone, Brandy. It sounded awesome, that train. Sounded very cool. Just in time, just about, mate, as well. Just at the very end of the day. Nearly missed it. Hello, we meet again. Yes, we do. Unless you're talking to Brandy. Just in time is on Brandy's case for some reason. We don't know why. There has been talk that you might be a mega troll, Justin, but you also might just be a dude. So, so on the off chance that you are a real person, there is a little paranoia that creeps in these neck of the woods from time to time. I shall try not to rise to that shit. Icon says, but no, Brandy, I saw that. Was poking around to see where NS 5279 has been recently to see if it hits on home rails or CSX rails. Nothing yet. I have to keep checking in on this guy because, as you know, my mic drops out quite regularly. Right on. Hello, JCL Ohio. Good to see you. Yeah, that stolen election, JCL Ohio, in your country. It's a total grift at this rate. But the people can see it, and I nearly titled this "They're losing the info war" somewhere in the title, but they are losing the info war in so much as there's too much leakage. Too many people know what's going on, and at this rate, they have to just. Yeah, we'll see what happens, but I think it's too many people know what's up for what would have been preferred for them. Doesn't stop them. They've got a monopoly on force. But we can have a good time laughing at them and pointing out what they're really doing. I can see what you're doing. Globalist, fuck you. I'm in the B Masons, not the Freemasons. Meh. Oracles and beyond. Listening and cleaning. Perfect radio station for a little bit of cleaning yourself or your home. Or a wound. Are you dressing a wound or yourself? Yes, JCL Ohio. Where are we at? What are we saying? Brandy, I saw your comment. I'll need some time for that. Yeah, just get a good microphone and do it. I mean, even yeah, I'd love to get a sample of that, Brandy. It sounds awesome. To be fair, with sound design, I could actually clean up the audio for that and get something out of it. Can you see it, Evie? Can you? Brandy. Yeah, Justin, what's your story, Morning Glory? Yeah, what's your story, Morning Glory, Justin? Are you a super troll on Brandy's case, or are you a real person with a very funny name? The audio is great in that vid. Well, man, the sound of that machine, yeah, it's so good. But sorry, I should explain to anyone who doesn't know. Brandy got some footage for Icon because he's into trains, presumably train spotting, and she got some footage of a train that I guess, goes through her neck of the woods, and but it's a very old machine that just looks like something from a bygone era. Just and the sound of this thing, man, it's it sounds alive, man. It sounds like nothing I've ever heard before. It's the screech of it and the roar. It's just awesome. Um, yes, did you get my emails, good sir? B icon asks. Yes, well, well, you might not have got mine back again then yet, sir. But I already forwarded all of the contents of your email to me to Jeff Harding via Messenger on Facebook. I just copied the contents and printed it out in Messenger for him, which consisted of. Well, see, anyway, it doesn't matter. So yes, brother, I did. I did. They're sharing pics of old retro camera gear, basically, which is something I look forward to. Old man, weird midlife crisis slash hobbies. Awesome. I guess this is one. Started YouTube's career for no reason at 37, except to try and save the world because of delusions of grandeur. And I think maybe I'm this guy, but only metaphorically. V for Viennetta, by the way. V for Viennetta. I don't believe in vendettas. No, I've changed my mind. I think that sweet revenge doesn't mean that revenge is sweet. No. I think sweet revenge means, as they're dishing it out, we can lap it up. We can enjoy the flavor of the sweet irony of them sowing the seeds of their own fucking destruction. The New World Order and the globalists. Fuck you. Chessboard. Hello all. Stopped for a short. Well, a short always turns into a long. Have you ever noticed that? At least that's what she said. Um, cleaning up after dinner. Oh, were you sick? Are you not a very good cook, honey? What's going on? Or did you have a food fight? Or can't you eat properly? uh, and no offense to anyone who can't eat properly, of course. We are not ableist here. Just in time, I don't have a story. Only time will tell. Oh, that's very good. Wow, he has more brains than his selection in name might suggest. JCL Ohio, although it's subtly, strangely, just silly and fun. So possibly more IQ than one might initially think going on there. Although I would like to see a picture of Big Ben as your front picture for no reason whatsoever. The face for Big Ben. Right, I'm going to put this guy on for a second because otherwise I might get lost. JCL Ohio. I guess I can't shoot them. We can laugh at them. Oh yes, if we can't shoot them, we can laugh at them. Exactly. Well, that's the key, isn't it? And it is an info war first. Don't ever forget it. It's an info war first. Right? So even though certain actions might be ill-advised or whatever, yeah, you can always it's always an information war first. The only reason anyone's following their dictates is because they all bought in, and that starts in the brain. Yes. So how you're doing, guys? I'm just gonna try and catch up very quickly because I don't want to get behind. Oh, what's he saying? Those were EMD GP38-2s. They're not that old. Okay, then. As in the train. Are you actually talking about the trains there? Yeah. Or the cameras? I don't know. Which not old thing are you talking about? And age is a relative thing, I guess. Icon says, Mr. No High Risk B, I forgot to tell you when we first met. Look up Operation Dark Winter 2001. I'm already up to speed with that, sir. But thank you. I know all about it. I do. I certainly do. Although, I'm always up for. In fact, I should send you my PDF, which is. In fact, you know what? I reference lots of their white papers and whatnot, but I don't know if I actually referenced that one in my PDF. But either way, mate, yes, I know all about it. I'll have to brush up on it, but if my memory, I vaguely seem to recollect it's got something to do with. I even think it's got something to do with a sort of novel pandemic or something, or is it? Oh, anyway, jab rollout. Isn't it to do with some mandatory jabination? Could be slightly wrong about that, but yeah, it's basically authoritarian crazy shit. Basically, yeah. U.S. government. Have you ever seen? Do you know Operation Lockstep 2010? Mate, check that out. Oh, sorry, that was. I always get that wrong. Sorry, Chessboard. I did that yesterday, didn't I? Chessboard said something funny, and I gave Icon the credit. Yeah, Chessboard's telling Icon rather. That's right. Yes, I am familiar though, sir. Thank you for letting me know. It's good to know you know though. Um, dun, dun. My spidey senses are a tingling. Yes. Well, okay then. I think you and I do trust Brandy's. Oh, and I might say about the whole. Oh, I'll say this actually. Saggy Paw's not in, is he? But I might sort of. Well, anyway, I'll just put it on the record, and if he comes in, I'll tell him again. Food fight that Gruber. I looked up hello hello because I just didn't know about hello hello. Someone could have fucking told me, by the way. Thanks for that, Icon, you total asshole. Well, I mean, nice to tell me. Although, by the way, Icon knocked it out of the park with his holding it down for me. So that was nice. But also, you could have told me, Dad, you fucking asshole. You could have told me what yeah, what that was. I don't know. Hello, hello. It wasn't evident that I didn't know what the fuck you was on about when I started thinking that it was a silly name for Goebbels. Somehow, someone had come up with a pet name for Goebbels called Gruber. Brandy, Anon, that was an awesome walk. I love when strangers stop to shoot the shit. Absolutely. That might even be how most of the world has sort of. Is that where most of the world's progeny comes from? Stopping strangers and shooting the shit. Yes, or just regretful alcohol encounters. Brandy, can you show us the doll where Spidey touched you and made you tingle? Oh my god, show us on the doll rather. Yes. Incy Wincy Spider, Brandy? Climbed up your water spout? What? Good one. Yep, the trains, right, the trains. I got you. I got you. Let me just check this shit because I was paranoid. Oh yeah. Hey Connor, proud of you, homie. Brandy, I need to walk around and get a better shot of the train. I can't. Is it possible a CSX brought whatever freight up here, then an NS took over the cargo? Brandy, ever on the research kind of grift, you know what I mean? Always on the research grift. Yeah, nice of you to tell me who Gruber was. Anyway, I watched some LOLO, sort of speed absorbed what that was, like Neo in the Matrix. I sort of just stuck it in the back of my head and was like, Gruber, okay, right, camp German guy, lots of homoerotic innuendo, French bar, something. He's got a great voice. He was a great character, and I do apologize for fucking that one up. But what could I do? I didn't know about it. I mean, it's like someone coming in as Homer Simpson for someone who'd never watched The Simpsons. It still remains my fault, of course. I ought to have known about that, but still, it was your fault, chat, and it became your fault when someone didn't drop the ball and didn't seem to think, I'm going to help a B out and let him know that. And by the way, the only reason I didn't research it, remember, was just a horrible series of events spanning from the day before when my mic had cut out and I hadn't known because I was so far behind the chat because I had to research who the fucking shoe bomber was, amongst other things, which was fine and would be fine. But yeah, just due to the limitations of my shitty gear, you know. So thanks for telling me, guys. I really appreciate that. Nice to know you got a man's back. Fuck you all very much. Chessboard, Icon sees Mr. No, teacher to Johnny. Never say rectum. Johnny said rectum. Hell, it killed him. That's not, is that just a very short, exaggerated story, not a joke? And by the way, I noticed your joke about the cow yesterday. It was kind of funny that why would a teacher ask, oh, what does a fat cow do? Shouldn't it have just been cow? And I like that you put fat in there, but theoretically it should have just been cow. Just a little observation, just being a little pedantic. But I like the joke. It made me laugh. Brandy, we had your back. We kept it very entertaining via the chat. Lol. Well, no, I think what it was just Icon dropped the ball prematurely because he just should have been the one to tell me. In fact, even Saggypaw could have kind of got my back, although I think he was with his other account. But to be fair, I think he had his hands full, so I don't blame him for for that. But Icon certainly clocked on very early. I think Icon could have let me know, and he didn't. But you know, such I blame the parents. You know, they beat him so well to never speak when not spoken to. So there you go. That's Icon for you. But we're slowly getting Icon out of his shell via my shitty server connections and him sort of intimately taking over the show and doing a stellar job, I might add. And Icon, you were very funny, mate. You were very, very funny. In fact, I was actually kind of preferring the show. Well, I wouldn't say prefer the show, but I'd say it's a different show and I like it. It's totally up there. And what I like is there's this cross-pollination of all the humor I've brought to this sort of roast thing that you're now doing your version of. And I've got it from somewhere, obviously, but I just thought that was fun. So very funny, mate. Very funny. Um, and the good thing is, it was actually some really good information that I just don't have. You're actually really getting into stuff that I just couldn't get into. In fact, I might say on Icon's account, Icon, would you want to join me now? Because it is always useful since, you know, if the internet dropped out for me, if someone's here anyway, and you're getting your practice in, aren't you, for your new channel? It's going to be called, everyone, Icon the Great. His current channel is after the name he goes under there, Icon Sees Mr. No, which is more farmer sort of orientated stuff, amongst other things. But he wants this new one, Icon the Great, to be more of a chat thingy. So let me know, mate, if you'd get on and come and join me. I don't normally do that on a Friday. I normally do the Friend Simulator everyone on a Friday, but I've let it take a back seat just because it was bonfire night, and I had to do this guy. Can you see it, Jet Evie? Yes. Um, it's right. Okay. I'm just going to assume that's for Brandy and not get. I might accidentally fall asleep in the middle of a live stream if I try and read that one out. Hello, hello, champions. Hello, Ruthless. Nice to see you, man. I see you appreciated my V for Vendetta video drop, climactic money shot of the Houses of Parliament being totally decimated. Well, you know, wishful thinking and all, but metaphorically and symbolically, of course, that those buildings ought to represent true democracy, but they have now become synonymous with corruption and New World Order, fucking Freemason bullshit. So, and stolen elections and whatnot, you know. Um, what was I supposed to tell you again? Yes, indeed, Gruber, you moron. You were meant to tell me who Gruber was and get me up to speed, since you were the only one who possibly could were positioned to get to help a brother out rather than me make a monk. You know, going on like I thought. Yeah, dude. Brandy, or at least when you tried to tell me subtly, I suppose. You know, yeah. I just needed a clear communication. I needed a clear communication. Brandy, I like the truck they use to plow the snow off the tracks. The wheels on that thing are cool. Are you autistic, Brandy? Yes, that's pretty autistic thing to say. Not that I've got anything against autistic people. I'm pretty sure I've got Asperger's, to be honest. Ruthless, I'm just setting up the StreamYard thing. Put up. Good. Well, awesome, man. Well, maybe shit. I'll have to come on your show, mate, and you'll have to start muting me then. Muting me when I choose to respond in a on a timely fashion. Yeah, just keep me on mute. Actually, I'll just that'll be fun. Well, Ruthless, so you should as well, mate. So you should. And if you need any, not that I'm an expert, mate, but I've got 6 weeks under my belt. If you need any ideas, I'm happy to help you out, bro, and tell you shit. can't thank you enough for your words of encouragement. Yeah, well, you were amazing, dude. I mean, totally fucking awesome. Really, you had me laughing, mate. Honestly, because I hadn't seen any of that because until I watched it back, and you had me actually bursting out laughing a few times, man. A few times. Yeah, it was legit, and people loved it. Herd of Cats. What about Herd of Cats? Chessboard Icon sees with Snow. I've watched for over 2 years. I have to stick this guy on so that I don't. I've watched for over 2 years and watched him rebuild the farm. What's that say? The farm all. I didn't even know that was a word. Funny you mentioned him yesterday. Icon sees with Snow. Gruber. Oh yeah. Sorry about that. I did think that's why you hired what on the Hottie researcher. What are you trying to say? Why you fired on a Hottie researcher? Oh, why I hired her? Yeah, it would help for her to be there. She has to be there. Then if she's not there, mate, then it falls to naked librarian farmer, dude. I go and see Miss Snow Gruber. Oh right, a double thingy. Brandy, hey, leave me out of this. Yeah, she fucked up the day before. Anyway, she. In fact, oh, what was it? Yeah, the day before, she could have messaged me on Facebook to tell me the mic had dropped out, and she had been there in the chat for ages. And there was me thinking, there's no way she would have seen that the mic had dropped out and not messaged me on Facebook. So definitely not Brandy. And actually she'd been there the whole time, man. Brandy dropping the ball, man, dropping the fucking ball. Although I will say that Brandy actually messaged. Remember that Jenny girl that I was telling everyone about the other day? Do you remember that? She actually messaged Jenny on my behalf. And in fact, I might even read out the message for comedy's sake that she sent. And actually, all right, well, she said she'll be right back, but well, go on. I might actually do that. Yeah, why not? Let me see. Chessboard. I'm just opening up Facebook in the background. Icon sees with Snow chessboard. Wow. Didn't know you turned Sorry, you tuned to watch Pete too. Neat. I helped via the internet get that Farmall MD going. Oh, right. That channel. Yeah, I got you. I didn't actually follow up on that icon. I messed up, mate. I didn't mess up, but I just didn't follow up. Yeah, I can't seem to get around to all these things. I'm trying to buy a new system. Everyone who wasn't here yesterday. So I'm doing a lot of research and I'm shopping around and trying to buy trying to buy an iMac, a proper computer, HD webcam thingy, and a new audio interface. Oh well, I'll be the naked researcher then. Well, you just be the naked librarian who happens to know what hello hello was, who's not too stifled by his parents insisting on beating him every time he chose to try and say something out of turn. Just do that. Tell me. Anyway, right, what am I looking for? Oh, and just in case my dry sense of humor doesn't come across here, I'm not actually sore about it. It's fine. But also, I totally blame you all. It's all your own fault. Um, but yeah, so I would say I looked at LOLO and Gruber was a good character, man. It's a shame. And I actually did, if I hear him if I have a recent memory of having heard him, I could actually do an impression of him. I mean, he's very musical. Although that was shit. But if I heard him, I sort of got an idea of his pattern now. It's quite high range. He has got a as deep a voice as me, but yeah, he's very musical kind of melody. I quite liked his whole shtick. Icon sees wish to know how about Naked Nerd, or is that too X-Vids? Yes, it is. No, I'm going to stick with Naked Librarian, but yeah, sort of traumatized naked librarian who won't who takes not not speaking out of turn to a fault, who doesn't speak out of turn to a fault. You see what I'm saying? That's Icon. Mairead Hasketh. Hi, all. Happy weekend. Yes, happy weekend. Happy bonfire night. And we're just celebrating the prospect that one day that shit might actually happen. Ruthless, I think I'm doing a StreamYard of this StreamYard. Really? Is that even possible? If you did, that would be hilarious. And you weirdly have my permission to do it because, it's another vector for people to join the cult. Are you shilling for me? Are you shilling the cult for me, Ruthless? Respect. Um, I like it. Ruthless, how do I know if this is streaming? Open up a YouTube page, brother, and do a search of the exact video title in just the normal YouTube search bar. And if you search it correctly, or you can go on your own channel, and sometimes the video is there somewhere, but not always. But yeah, do an exact search for the exact title on YouTube on a separate screen, and you should find it and go to it. And you have to mute that tab because there's always a delay with that and StreamYard. So you have to mute that tab, but you can always peek back and forth to check it's still streaming. Sorry. So that's how you do it. Let me know if that helped, Ruthless, and if that solved your problem. Thank you. Let me check this. Hello? Yes. Ideas are bulletproof. Um, Icon says, but no, Naked Librarian still sounds hot. What does heart like? Yeah, sounds hard, but it is. Naked Librarian now needs a naked female secretary or two. Yes, well, I don't think librarians are important enough to have their own secretaries. That's the only problem there, mate. But you could probably get a couple of volunteer schoolgirls icon, but that's probably a little too risque. So I won't suggest that allegedly. Rufus, can someone look for me? Well, all right. Well, I'll look then just to see it because it sounds hilarious that you're even doing that, dude. All right, let me do this a sec. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Is that still working good? Let me do this. I'm going to swap out from this stream and then actually, what? Well, hang on. What you called it, Ruthless? You have to tell me what you've called the stream, mate. Give me the exact title, brother. Otherwise, I can't do that. Ruthless, Ruthless. Tell me the exact title. The exact title. I'm going to go beach lots of people. Okay, then. But also tell me the exact title, Ruthless, and I'll look for you. What is Osh? What is that? Ossie. Sometimes you say Oshi. What does that even mean? Um, Chessboard, Icon says, Mr. No, Highless B, check this beautiful little woman truck driver in Europe. All right, I will. I'm pretty sure I've checked a few things that you told me, Chessboard. Yeah. I just can't remember what they were now off the top of my head, but I will do that later. Absolutely. Does my ass look big in this? Is that the title? Is that actually what you've called it? VAS, volunteer school. Oh, wait. Yes, volunteer school. Oh, wait. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or maybe. Well, yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. Shit. Too bad. How about six formers? Could we say six formers? Maybe that's better. Um, Ruthless, I'm still waiting for the exact title of that thing. Bruh. Let me know, because I actually want to see that shit. Does my ass look big in this? I'm actually going to search that, but I'm going to assume that that's just a leakage from your sort of schizophrenic mind. Does my ass look big in this? I think he's reliving a family trauma when he told his mom the truth and she beat him to a bloody pulp. I think that's what's going on there. Oh, he actually has done it, Ruthless. He's actually done it. He has actually done it. I can actually see Ruthless's live stream. And it is called Does My Ass Look Big in This? And he is actually streaming the stream. Yes, let me listen. It's very quiet, Ruthless. I'm saying shit to you. I can actually hear you. Here you go. He's going to have a delay on him, but he's going to hear that in a minute, and I'm going to hear what he's saying back to me. Oh, he's proper streaming me as well. And that's hilarious. Yes. Well, there you go. I'm going to say something in your chat. Yo, yo, uh, join my B cult. Yo, yo, join my B cult. There you go. I'm in Ruthless's chat box now. I've liked the video. I'm gonna listen back. That's so funny. That's so funny. Here you go. I'll write this so you can actually see what I'm saying. I'm in your chat box. Ruthless. I'm in your chat box, Ruthless. Yes. Hello, Ruthless fans. How you all doing? I suggest that you all come and sub to Hiveless B, the coolest channel in the world. Come and join the B Masons. It's my unironic cult. My unironic cult. Oh, he's turned me off now. Oh shit. That's so funny. Yeah, I'm over there. Look, hang on. I know no one knows what's going on. Only me and Ruthless know what's going on right now. Yes. So basically, I've got a mad delay. I'm listening to Ruthless in my ears. I know everyone else is like, what the absolute fuck are you guys doing? But he's streaming my stream off his TV. And so I'm talking to his crew and I'm trying to draft his crew and say, oi, ruthless peeps. Join my B cult. So funny. Anyway, and actually, has he ended the stream? No, he's still streaming. It's so funny. Yes, Rufus, you total insane maniac Australian. Wow. I love it. Nemo, salutations to everyone and they mama. Oh shit. Did I do it? Did I get the I don't know what that first one is, honestly. I tried. I know I got the last ones right this time. Except you put a Z. Why have you put an O on the end? You're confusing me. Oh no, it's what's the O, dude? What the fuck is the O? I tried, Nemo. I tried. Don't know what the O is, mate. Explain it to me. Right, this is so entertaining for me that I'm just going to go and look back over at Ruthless because I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, he's ended the stream now. Oh, he's actually ended the stream. Icon was over there as well. That's so funny. Oi, Ruthless people, join my B cult. Oh yeah, see. Oh my god, a really loud advert just came on. So funny, Ruthless. It's nice of Rufus to draft to my cult, isn't it? Since he since he thinks I'm in an unironic cult. Oh, I should have showed. I should have said, "Yo." I should have got rid of the little avatar and said hello to his peeps. Anyway, up to I'll give people the option. Oh, there's only a few people knocking around right this second. Where do you want to get into, guys? Where do you want to steer it? Do you want to? What are your thoughts? Did anyone watch? In fact, you know what happened earlier? It was quite funny. I was in Media Consumer 911s. Hey, yes. Hey, what's up, everyone? That's so funny. Yes, bruv. Dusan Cholvad. That's a good name. Dusan Cholvad. Am I saying that right? You were in Ruthless's chat. Yes, Dusan Cholvad. We got someone from Ruthless's crew over. That's epic. Dusan Cholvad. Well, if you're hilarious, Dusan, or just brilliant, then you can join my bee cult and get a blue spanner. And we're called the Bee Masons, and we have a laugh. It's nice to meet you, sir. So what was I saying? Yeah, you know what happened earlier? It was quite fun. I was on Media Consumer 911's live stream, sort of shilling out my channel because Owen's cool and he kind of lets me do that ish. Yeah, and it's pretty soft core the way I do it, to be fair, but he lets me do it. And yeah, Hell 21 turned up. Hell 21 just appeared in the chat and we started double teaming the chat. We started double teaming chat shilling. So she was telling me about Hiveless B, you're my favorite cult leader. Everyone go and and all this sort of stuff. And I was just it was funny. It was good. I had a good time. But yeah, it was pretty edgy stuff. Like I said, the TSG were out and starting a fight as always. They always start the fight. They always start the fight. This is why I think the real activism, I think maximal leakage, maximal um, leakage of the sort of truth and the message. So I fancy this sort of activism at this rate. This is what I'm going to call it. This sort of activism, as opposed to being there in the physical in the streets, giving the TSG an excuse to practice their brutal tactics, and beat up women just for fun. Which is what they do, and they did. And this one woman had blood streaming down her eyes. One of them smacked her in the face. Blood streaming down. Big cut. Big cut. But he's got to private the video, unfortunately, whenever he makes them. Because nice to meet you, Dersan. Nice to meet you. What is that little? Is that a little birdie, or is that an accent on your S? And is that a sort of Cholvad? It sounds almost Russian, but not that I'd know. I can see Mr. No. Found your email, Hive. Did you see the one I sent about Dogman? No. Why didn't I see that, mate? Why did I not see that? Although I will say your joke yesterday, that was one of the laughs you got out of me, Icon, is when you were, I think Connor was in the chat and you said something about, I think he was saying about everyone check out his Dogman video. And then Icon said, what's a Dogman? Is that like man, bear, pig? Pretty sure it's man, bear, pig or something like that. Pretty sure it's like man, bear, pig. And it was just, and that's a South Park reference for anyone who doesn't know. But it's very funny. Chessboard, Hiveless B, I've used this wrench to fix every damn thing that was broken in my universe. Good, sir. The wrench of the funny. The funny wrench can solve anything, sir. It really can. It really can. Too true, man. The world is made of ideas and thought forms. And so if you can what's the best way to undermine an idea? Laugh at it. So, their whole structure, their whole universe, their whole couching, their whole framing relies on a very dry interpretation and a very fearful interpretation of events, facts, figures, whatever. If you conceive of yourself in an entirely proper way, but different way, properly, something closer to what you are cosmologically, which is being primarily, not a person, not personhood, but beinghood, let's say, root mind itself, sentience itself, right? Not the physical. You're already beyond. You see? Enlightenment is not a creative process, although some people in Tantra would argue there are aspects of it that are, but that's a very deep of a conversation we could get into another time. What entails generating the causes to attain a pure land, very deep stuff, but we might touch on that another time. But for now, it's true though. I've never thought of enlightenment as a creative process. So yeah, if you're already dead, then what are you scared of? So I'm already dead. That's what V for Vendetta was brilliant for. It was like ideas are bulletproof, become an idea. You see what I mean? Doesn't mean, and in my case, it's not about becoming ideological. No, 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 not about becoming ideological. It's way deeper than that. Way deeper. I'm saying stand in truth. Your truth is that you are not a person and you already are beyond. So if you can root yourself in that, then nothing can threaten you. And the enemy's weapons shall not prosper. Evie, Brandy, sorry, chat hopping. There's 3 streams going on at once. Had to show support all around. No worries, honey. But at least you're back to the primary best one of the 3. That's the main thing. Report again. Duh. It's true. I think so. Anyway, whatever. Chessboard, Hiveless B, like I told you, if you caused a laugh that chased a tear away, then your day was well spent. I never forgot that, sir. And that is definitely going to make its way into the Temple of Dude, our new religion, for anyone who doesn't know. It's an ironic, funny religion, but it's probably going to end up being the best religion because of that fact. Yeah, that's becoming part of religion, mate. That's set in stone. That's for life, mate. You passed on your wisdom there. That's it. That's in there, mate. I promise you that. And I am going to unironically create the religion of Dude, a temple of Dude, rather, I should say, a temple of Dude, um, the supreme personality of Dude. Gonna happen. Not kidding, because I think that is actually what the world needs. But it's gonna be laced with a shit ton of deep, esoteric Eastern teachings about nature of self. Um, Brandy, Hireless, don't worry. I will definitely message you if the audio fucks off. Why is she telling me that? Hello? Just checking. It's making me paranoid. I bet she knew that would make me paranoid. I shit you not. I bet you she knew exactly what she was doing when she did that. See, she knew she's playing mini guard. I swear, all you lot are ex trolls. Really, that are now trying to turn your life around. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here. Ruthless, that was very funny, Ruthless. I loved it. Going to beach for a walk and live. Check it out. All right. Respect. Well, funny as fuck, dude. That was good, mate. That was really good. Brandy. Oh, Oaks. Oh, Ox. What the fuck? Bollocks. Is she shouting? Telling you she's doing that shit on purpose. Um, lol, have fun, Ruthless. Yes. Well, it's the time of year in Australia where they get to look at all the new little titties on the beach. Or big ones, whatever your preference. Although there's a bit of a higher police presence than in a bygone age. At the end of the day, it's probably Ruthless just ran in a load of shit on a fucking Bondi beach. And that's the thing, mate. That's the thing that gets my fucking back up. It's all these fucking I mean, why they got No, I love it. I actually watched one of Rufus's videos and I did enjoy it a lot. The one about the ducks, about how they're different and they're not scared and all that sort of stuff. But that if you got the broom, that they would get scared. I didn't. I think there was some wisdom in there somewhere. Randy, because you keep checking it, I was trying to put you at ease. Actually, oh, oh, I respect that. Okay, oh, okay, thank you. Shit, the opposite. Always assume the worst is my rule. Always assume the worst. Um, well, and then all you have to do is climb down from there. You see what I'm saying? But it's harder to climb up in a moment's notice and get suddenly shocked into action. So I tend to always assume the worst. Um, I'm not saying there isn't a whole pathology like that. That you could that way of being could be a whole pathology for sure. But I don't think I'd do it in a sort of totally over the top way. I just That's just the way we all have to be biased in a particular way, and that's the way I choose to bias. But it's who knows? It's not a choice, rather. I should say that's what the way one has been inspired to bias oneself as an over compensation for being so fucking naive once and wearing my heart on my sleeve, quite frankly, a long time ago. Um, Chessboard. Oh, the woes of the empath. Oh, the woes. Chessboard Icon sees Mr. No, do you live close enough to buy any of Pete's produce or meat at the market? That's not innuendo, guys. I think he's talking about a different Pete. But yes. But my meat is still on the market, although I've got a few potential buyers. We'll see what happens. I might have to lease it out. Excuse me, the cocaine I had before the show has gone to my nose. No, it's still stuck up my nostril. Only joking, guys. I don't do drugs. I don't do drugs. The only drug I do now is a metaphorical drug, and it is the drug of Manu Utube's career. Um, well, there you go. We're actually into the 6th of November, the 6th of the 11th, the 6th of the 11th, 2021. The dates I'm looking for, I'm looking at the 12th of the 12th, 2021, just because it sounds like an esoteric kind of date. I'm looking a bit at the 21st, because that is sort of the equinox. Although strictly speaking, it's the 22nd in December, but the 21st of the 12th, 2021. I'm just wondering if the elites don't want to do something fucking retarded on one of those dates. But at the end of the day, their agenda, it's not about dates so much as it's about the agenda. It's about, you know, moving that Overton window to the point where they can get maximal people to sign on to their giant Milgram experiment. Do you know what the Milgram experiment is? Go and look it up. I know a lot of you do. In fact, look it up. I'm going to leave it to you to go and check that out. But this is basically a giant version of the Milgram experiment. Allegedly. Accepting bids. Yes. Well, all right. Go on then. What you got, Brandy? What you offering for my meat? Make me an offer. Make me an offer I can't refuse, Brandy. Do you want to? Are you any good at packing meat, Brandy? Pack my meat. No. What's the offer? Go on. Let me know. I can't see his fist. No. Chessboard. Unfortunately, no. He's about 900 mile away. Right. America is a very big place. That is for sure. Although going by the plasma moon map, it's not as big as they make out relative to Africa. And neither actually is Europe. But England is actually a bit bigger and a bit more wonky than you'd think. Nemo, when did Diego Luna take over Hive's channel? Well, I have to look that up now, don't I? Thanks for that. Diego, okay. Let me see. Are you insulting me, Nemo? How dare you? How dare you insult the host? This is not on. Oh, that's okay. Let me see. Oh, it's very good shout. To be fair, mate, you're getting closer, aren't you? Diego Luna. Let me just check my stream. Oh yeah, it's good. Diego Luna Alexandra. Sorry, Diego Luna Alexander, born 29th of December 1979, is a Mexican. Don't how dare you call me a Mexican? He's a Mexican actor, singer, director, and producer. He's talented at least. Following a career in Mexican telenovelas, he appeared in films including Something in Mexican, Something Else in Mexican, Something Else in Mexican, and Dirty Dancing. Oh, and Havana Nights, and some other crap. And I Love You. Oh, and A Star Wars Story. What the fuck? Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Sounds shit. He played a drug trafficker as well. Well, that's so racist. How dare they cast a Mexican as a drug trafficker? Um, well, all right. Well, yeah, it's close enough in a way, mate. There's definitely a look there. He looks better behaved than me, but yeah, I respect it, man. And there's a look, you know. I'll I'll give you that one, Nemo. I'll give you that one. Much respect, bruh. Much respect. Funny. Oh shit, where are we? America is bigger than they say. Well, depends if you go by the plasma moon map. Have you ever checked out a channel called Vibes? I think I told you about this before, Bigfoot, but Vibes of Cosmos. Vibes of Cosmos. And I've played a few of their videos before to all that nice banging reggae tunes. If you check that out, to my eyes, America's not as big relative to Africa as you'd think, surprisingly. Although South America was still all right in size, but North America is like a lot. Or sorry, Central America, I should say, is a lot smaller than you'd think. Based on that map, and it's the best. It's the best chance at getting a glimpse at the sort of relative size of the land masses that we're going to have ever. If you can concede that the probability of those patterns on the moon being just arbitrary, um, you know, if you could concede that the chances of them being arbitrary is sort of like incredibly slim, let's say. Um, Africa's certainly much bigger, that is for sure, though, yeah. I suppose it depends what you're talking in relative terms, about. Yeah, I think America relative to Europe and actually relative to I think Russia is bigger than they'd say, yes. So, um, I might actually have to get a map derived from the plasma moon map one day and, actually have that reference aboard as a little avatar. I've got about $2.37 and some pocket lint. Well, alright, well, throw in a nightcap, throw in a hillbilly nightcap, Brandy, and by hillbilly nightcap, that just means a bit of cough syrup, and you got yourself a deal. Brandy's gonna help me pack some my meat. Um, Chessboard, but Hybrid Speed, didn't Cartman say, "You will, you will obey my authority"? Oh, shit, I wish I could do a Cartman voice, damn, I can sometimes do a Cartman voice, I don't know why I can't do it off the top of my head. Kick you in the balls. You will obey my authority. Well, he did anyway, dude. Yeah, he did. I wish I could do an impression, but he's fucking. I love Cartman. Yeah, it's such a what a character. He did say that, my authority, my authority. Yes, you will obey my authority. um, the Enlightened Mank. Yo, yo, Hive and crew. Well, it's been a while, Mank, but it's good to see you. It is good to see you. Brandy, ha ha ha. Enlightened. He looks like Diego. Yeah, there's definitely a look there for sure. I actually don't know him in context then, but I'll have to look him up. Authority, Thai, LMO. That's it. Authority. I don't know if you spelled that right, but yeah, I know how the way he says it in my head. It's hilarious. I love Butters. But Butters is one of my favorite characters. But that's not an original thought. But I'm just saying, he's brilliant. Mank, you're not dead. Yeah, it's good to know. It's a mustache. What? Um. Oh, it's the mustache, I should say. Oh, right. Well, I actually didn't. I looked up a Wikipedia picture of him, but I didn't actually see him with a mustache. But yeah, you might have a point. I mean, weirdly enough, I don't particularly have a mustache. It's just whatever way this video looks, it looks like I do, but I actually don't. Well, not really. Just got stubble. I just haven't shaved. Um, haha, icon. They didn't get me. It's okay. Good. Um, let me see. Let me just blast through this. He's a musician, huh? Okay. The Enlightened Mank. Oh, Hell 21's it. Oh God, my arm. Oh my God. Hell 21. That was good to see you in Media Consumers chat. Do you just there unironically, or did I put you on to Media Consumer 911? Did I put you on to Owen, or did you already know about Owen before I told you about Owen? But that was cool, man. Thank you for helping me double team the chat. Double shill from multiple angles. Shilling the B channel. Come over, the best channel in the world. Join the cult. Become a B. Become a B, Mason. Can you see it, Jet Evie? Yes. Hell 21. He's the Mandalorian Nemo. Good evening, all. Oh, right. Okay. Well, see, I don't know that reference. This is why I need help, people. Like I said, there are major gaps in my cultural knowledge, I do what I can, but I am an imperfect instrument, really. But I do what I can. Let's see. What's she saying? I don't know who Helen is, but hello, Mank. Helena, as in. I think it's yeah. Well, I wouldn't have necessarily known that. Oh yeah, authority. Yeah, authority. We speak my. I wish I could do it. Damn, I got to hear it. Hang on. I just love the way he says it. Anyway, I'll just leave it there. But yeah, I love it too. I love it too. The last, by the way, the last series, not the one because they didn't do one last year, did they? And I don't know about this year, but last year they did two specials, the Plague special and the Jibber Jab special, I think. But the season before for 2019, that was a particularly strong series, by the way. So if anyone didn't see that series of South Park, I'd have to guess it was series 24 or 23 or something, but I could be totally wrong on that. But whichever one it was, and I've watched all of them. I am not a casual when it comes to South Park, but like I said, due to my relatively small cranium, I do not have sufficient RAM to be hardcore about anything. Which is why I had to focus so hard, which is now one of my superpowers, if you see what I mean. And also why girls like me, I think. Um, you mentioned Milgram Cartman come to mind. You mentioned Milgram Cartman came to mind. Why? What's the link there with Milgram and Cartman? I don't know that link. And actually, I'm gonna have to do this because I get paranoid. Ah, okay, different Mexican Nemo lol. Okay, yeah, they're all the same. And it's okay to be racist about Mexicans because they look kind of sometimes whitish. So it's okay to be racist against Mexicans. Mexicans. In, only joking. Allegedly, Icon seems Mr. No. I'm only playing, just for the record. Fuck you. Butters kept shooting everyone in the dick. I don't. Right. Okay. What's his superhero called? Oh God. See, I'm only a casual because I can't remember shit. But you see what I'm saying? Enlightened man, haha, Helen. It'd be good if I knew the correct spelling. Right. Help a mank out. I think it's Helena. Ah, he's saying Helen. Yeah, I think it's hell an as in anal backwards. Helana, Mank. Helana. Chessboard. Icon sees Mr. No. You got it. My lisp wasn't too good. You got it. My lisp wasn't too good. Oh, right. As in, he did a gay joke, I have to assume, but I don't know what went over my head. Not that head, silly. Icon sees Mr. No. Chessboard. I'll work on that. Chessboard. Yeah, the fat kid lisp ain't an easy one. Why did see? I didn't even know that there was a synonymous. Oh yeah, he's got a lisp. You know what? Now that you say, it, of course, Cartman has a lisp, but I've just never appreciated that before. Queen Bath. Yeah, just never really appreciated that before. How 21, hello, Hivers. I was watching the London Lives. Didn't know you'd be there. I'm surprised I wasn't banned from chat. Lol. I know. Well, actually, Owen's let me shill out on his channel proper before. He's actually let me drop links, and I've got a few people over from his before. But he has let me like on occasion just shill it out. And I think the way he thinks is he gets it, and he's a good bloke. And because he privates the lives anyway, I think if he knows you're on side, you're on the team, he's all right with it. Although I don't want to take the piss for sure, and I don't want to be too desperate either. But he's all right with it, I think. To be fair, I do make Owen laugh on occasion. He knows me. He knows me enough. I do make him laugh. Like I put V for Viennetta in the chat, and that got a laugh out of him today. That got a laugh out of him just after there was loads of moodiness with one of his mutual live streaming friends. So, is that on? Oh yeah. How 21? I'm not telling you my name, Mank. You haven't told me yours. Oh yeah. Paradox Fossils. How are you doing, sir? How are you doing, Paradox Fossils? Good to see you. The Enlightened Mank, Helena. I think it was with an A. That second E, I think, should be an A. I think, but if I'm wrong about that, my apologies. What London stream was you watching today? Media Consumer 9/11. That's my favorite one. I don't agree with everything Owen says about who is shills because he's got a very no bullshit shillometer, and he pretty much thinks that like oh, is that working? Oh yeah, it is. He pretty much says that like everyone from Pierce Corbyn to David Icke to many people are shills and plants. I don't tend to go that far because I'm honest in admitting that I don't know. Not accusing him of being dishonest. I'm just saying I'm very honest with myself and clear that I just don't know. Although they're certainly not my primary sources in any case. And I always look to see, are they helping the movement or not? And is there a movement and what is it? You see what I mean? So I was going to skip ahead, guys, a little bit here, because I've got to catch up with people. Media consumer 911. Media Media consumer 911. It's a good channel, Mank. I think you'd like it, to be fair. Chessboard Milgram experiment was about obedience and authority. Oh, that's the link. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's right. Well, I do know, obviously, the Milgram experiment, but since I mentioned it earlier. But yes, respect my authority. Shit, I'll work on it, and I'll definitely work on my Gruber. To be fair, I will get a Gruber going now that I know. Now that that's on my radar, I will sort it out. I've been Paradox Fossil says, "I've been to a lot of concerts. If I could only remember." Yeah, that's a lot of my life, brother, at the end of the day. But I don't think life is done to remember anyway. It's to make impressions, but not to be done to sort of remember and have a little sort of sentimental wank about later, is it? JCL Ohio. Hi, Russ. I've never mentioned you what the fuck? I've never mentioned to you that drums were my instrument of choice. I'm about 10 years older than you and out of the game. I played traditional drums, played hard rock in bars. Well, you're a man after my own heart then, JCL Ohio, and one must tell a fellow musician and drum lover and hard rock lover that one is one of the club. Well, dude, I'd love to get into it with you, and some way down the line when I get a proper setup and stuff, jump on. In fact, you do talk, don't you? Yes. Well, JCL, you do diatribes, don't you? You'd get going off on one. You jump on one of those, especially on one of those Thursdays that I do. You know, meet the fruit flies or whatever. Jump on one of them, brother, and we'll get into it. I want to talk some hard rock with a brother who knows why hard rock is where it's at. Well, it's one of the places it's at, but you know, it's one of the places where power, raw power. By the way, do you know that song? Anyone? Raw Power by Iggy Pop. The Stooges, is it? Raw Power. It's a mess. It's a total nightmare the way it's recorded because they're all high off their tits when they made it. But you know, Raw Power is such a tune. Honestly, that's why I love rock. Amber's Power World. Hello, hey, that's a cool. That's such a weird. Is that an actual face mask that makes your head look like a light bulb? How did you do that? What is going on there, man? How did you make it look like your head is like a skeleton light bulb? It's very, very spooky. Nice to meet you, Amber's Parallel. Very nice to meet you. Hey, Hell 21. I might just ask Hell 21 this, right? Although it's probably not the forum, but still, and I'll do it in code though. Regarding Rule 34B stuff. Can I even tell people about that shit or not? Waiting for your response. Thank you. Fuck. And yeah, yeah. And I know I know you cottoned on to me, sort of giving Icon a little wink about that yesterday, since he was the one that told me what Rule 34 even was. But let me know in what form I could possibly maybe allude to that and at least allow it to live in part reality as part of the mesh and the meta narrative that is the B universe. Yes, chessboard paradox fossils. CRS is a natural phenomena. And by the way, Amber's Paraworld, don't feel too naked. If you are hilarious and brilliant and wonderful, you will get a blue spanner and get to join my cult called the Bee Masons. Chessboard, paradox fossils, CRS is a natural phenomenon. I don't actually know what CRS is. I don't think. Don't know what CRS is. JCL Ohio, yes, I'm a bit of a rebel and theorist. Conflict theorist. What is a conflict theorist? Bit of a rebel. Well, we could get into the motif of the rebel and the devil and all that sort of stuff. I mean, it's quite an interesting one, actually. because the real rebel are the evil ones in a way. Because to rebel, sorry, what I mean is to rebel against society is brilliant, obviously, and necessary for a mature adult individuated, you know, person taking responsibility somewhat. Primarily, it's the transition out of adolescence and into something more resembling adulthood and wisdom. But to rebel against being or our true nature or whatnot is the devil motif, is the sort of evil. The evil ones do is rebel against the truth. The only way to rebel is to rebel against what's true. And so the real thing is alignment. Those that are about truth, they're about true. Coming into alignment with that which in the purest sense is absolute. You know, absolute pure sentient tranquility, I call it, or whatever. Heaven, God itself. Um, God itself. Well, just that which is thatness. But conflict theorist, you'd have to unpack that for me, mate. It's at least a very interesting icebreaker. Um, I'd love to get unpack that. Yeah, is that just you theorizing about you know how it was that you started another argument? I might have said this and they reacted this way. That's at least that's my theory. It might be all their fault. I'd like to know what that is, mate. But yeah, you jump on with me one day and we'll get into it for sure. Then, JCL, Ohio. I actually hearing you speak anyway. I want to do that. I actually want to talk to you. Paradox fossils, chessboard. I can't remember what you just texted. Let me just check this out a sec. Ideas are bulletproof. Um, Icon says, but no, Iggy and the Stooges would not have been the same if they weren't whacked out of their gourds. Whacked out their gourds. I've never heard that gourds thing, but yeah. Yeah, no, they wouldn't have, mate. That's why they're totally brilliant. Doombot 9000. What's the best song to listen to if you've never heard human music? Um, Another love song by Queens of the Stone Age. That's the wrong key, but how's it go? It's impossible. It's not hard until and then yourself, and then it's something more. Boom, boom, dun, 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 dun. It's just another love song. But it's just it's got it all going on, but it's also melancholic but kind of beautiful. It's a good icebreaker, at least. I know I did a horrible version then, but I just love it. I just love it. I actually put Brandy onto that song very recently, and I'm into it. But mate, I could tell you a million. I could tell you a tune. Petty Thug by Millionaire. Petty Thug by Millionaire. Go and listen to that. Now that's a tune. In fact, Doombot, you'll be into that as well. Petty Thug by Millionaire. Go and listen to that. So good. I can't do a version. It's next level. Ah, Lorraine Noskintor. Hail. Is Scotty there? I don't know. I don't think Scotty is here. At least I didn't think Scotty's here. I can see this. No, Doombot 9000. I wouldn't know where to begin answering that question. Day in the Life, John Lennon, Beatles, whatever. What a tune. Can't remember shit. I didn't know that's what that stood for. CRS, can't remember shit. Is that actually true? Thanks, man. How is it that a 74-year-old dude knows shit I don't know to do with that? How come you're up on that stuff and I'm not? Chessboard. What's going on? Hello, hello. Ha ha ha. Try hello, hello. Exactly. Nice to see you again, Rufus. How was the beach? How was the beach, Rufus? Were there more tits than feds? And if so, things are improving. Maybe. Unless they're jibber jab tits, in which case, damn it, you can look, but you can't touch, or you might die. Allegedly. It's midday. Awesome, dude. Midday in Australia, approaching mid year, approaching the height of approaching summer, I suppose, aren't you? You're just entering into summer. Yeah, cool. I think, or is it spring? I maybe a little confused. Maybe it's spring. Monkey Magic. Is this still working? Let me just check this because I have to always check in now. Hello, any Noscator. If not anyone have that link he shares of people dancing. Right, I don't know what that is. That is news to me. Nemo, Doombot 9000 songs, Oxia Domino or Sun in Your Eyes by Above and Beyond. I'll look that up too later. Thank you, Nemo. Nemo has put me onto some good music before. Hell 21, I've no idea what you are talking about. Well, I'm going to take that as permission. Hey guys, you see those two B's that Hell 21's saying? See the two B's that Hell 21's put in there? Do you know what Rule 34 means? Go and look up Rule 34. Icon once leveled to me that the problem with the B and why it's not trending yet is that it hasn't been Rule 34. And that is the sexualization of the B through some sort of cartoonification of the B engaged in some sort of sexual act or context. Let's just say those two B's and your imagination and your research of Rule 34 should suffice for you to know what the fuck I'm hinting at. And all I will tell you is that the bee cult should now begin to take off. Thank you. We have performed the ritual of the Rule 34 of the bee, but only I know what that really means and what it really looks like. But I'll just let you know that it looks fucking awesome. I might create a calendar out of it one day, actually, but I'll have to wait for true confirmation before I could do that. But yeah, Brandy, Paradox Doombot, hey. Hopefully she doesn't kill me now. Icon sees with no. How about Wilson Pickett, land of 1,000 dances? I mean, that sounds retarded, but okay. I might check that out too. Chessboard, Hyrus B. Helen Keller singing with her left hand. What's that? How do you sing with your left hand? How do you do that? I actually had a go at ventriloquism once, and I did figure out how to do it, but it's just been so long since I've done it now. I don't know what you're talking. I don't know why you're going on about that stuff, lad. Oh, you're talking a lot of shit, aren't you? At the end of the day, right? It's easy to do ventriloquism. Ventriloquism. It's easy. Just don't say anything that's got the letter. You know that letter that you can't say. No, not an N. Not an N. The other one. It's easy. You just keep. You know that slightly. Or no, I can't say that either. Shit. You can't say. Well, anyway, there's just certain words that you can't say very, very easily. You can just. Anyway. Brandy, I rode a bee once. Oh my god. How? How does that work, Brandy? And did you get stung? In the ass. JCL Ohio, and send me pictures. JCL Ohio, conflict theory is based in sociology. Oh, okay. Thank you. See, I should know about that then, brother. Thank you. Oh, is it about the conflict triangle or something? I know about the conflict triangle, but let's see. The haves and have nots. Oh, dude, you just totally right. You just totally give me one that I want to get into. That's exactly what I've been trying to get into, brother. Yeah. I just didn't know what that was called. That's so cool. The haves and have nots. Proletariat versus the bourgeois. That's right. Elites versus commoners. A rebel in the critical thinking way of life. Is this actual Marxist theory, brother? Straight up Marxist theory? Man, and do you know that because you used to be a Marxist, or do you know it because you hate them and wanted to read up on what the enemy thinks? Paradox fossils, brandy, that has multiple definitions, and that's awesome, JCL. I'm definitely going to look into that, and I need to look into that, or I'll get you on and we'll talk about that. That's cool, man. We'll get into that for sure. Hell 21. Brandy, have you got a bloody Christmas decorate? Oh, have you got your bloody decorations? Your Christmas. Fuck, I can't talk, guys. Brandy, have you got your bloody Christmas decorations up already? Bloody is a word slightly overused for effect in the UK. I don't think she literally thinks you're a Satanist, Brandy. And if that's true, Brandy, it's total psychopath. And maybe you are a Satanist. Too early, honey. Hell 21, Hyverus, you'd last 2 mins in an interrogation. Well, to be fair, honey, that's not true. I can go to the grave about certain things, and I will inevitably have to do that, mainly on account of the fact that I've actually forgotten where I buried them. Fuck. But what I mean is, no, no, no. I just choose to impart what I choose to impart. Rule 34 DD, Rule 34 double D. That's right. Rule 34 double D. That's all you need to know. Double B, but double D. Um, exactly. Icon sees Mister No. I would have figured 2 Ds. Yes, exactly. They were big Bs. Brandy. Haha, no, that was last year. I was helping a friend decorate her yard. Afraid of heights and all. Got me climbing her dang tree. Right. Hee hee. Yeah. Yeah. The enlightened Mank. Oh, did anyone say who did I say was going to get up? Oh, maybe Icon. Well, maybe you don't want to do it today. That's fine. I could just, to be fair, I could just close it down sort of soon. To be fair, because we've had a little bit of a show, haven't we? No Friend Simulator this week, but it's all right to give that a rest for a week. Fuck it. Didn't like Mank. Helena sub channel link La Palma mega tsunami is becoming a worse of a possibility, and if the tsunami happens, the link can give an update. Okay, that's actually useful. I'll do the same myself. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys, that's still working. My mic just literally rolled off the fucking thing. That was probably quite loud, wasn't it? Hello? I apologize. Literally, my mic. Let me just show you. Do you want to actually see my setup? Unironically, a mic with a sock on it. A mic with a sock on it. Sounds all right, though, doesn't it? I think so. Anyway, I kind of like that. I like the sound of a sock poor man's pop filter myself. Um, I'll actually check that out, Mag. Thank you. Barbed stinger. Yeah, I couldn't take it out afterwards, mate. It permanent love making. Chessboard like a cat. I think a cat has a barbed thingy, or at least it felt like it. Or a dog or something. Anyway, that was a joke. Chessboard, Hoveless B, Helen Keller was a deaf mute. Are you being autistic as well, Chessboard? Are you just telling me pointless things, or am I being Dory again and forgetting the relevance of that, mate? Probably more likely I'm being Dory, isn't it, than you being autistic all of a sudden and just telling me something like, um, I don't know, like pillows sometimes have feathers in them. Actually, I mean, I don't know when that was true. That was probably a shit fact, but you get the point. You get my point. Alorani Nuskintor, hi Brandy, how are you this fine evening? Brandy, great, Alorani, how are you? What's she saying? Hireless too cute. I don't know what that I was being cute about, but okay. JCL Ohio. A lot of it Marx put into words. I studied all the sociological theorists and identified most with conflict theory. Dude, I'm gonna have to look into that, dude. I'm really interested in that. Thanks. Chessboard icon sees Mr. No double D double slingshot. Yeah. D double slingshot. Yeah, double D double slingshot. Yeah, yeah. Exactly, mate. That's what we're talking about. That is what we're talking about, indeed. Alorani Noskintor, feeling good tonight. Good music, good company. Good. Well, thank you. Brandy, why didn't it update my avatar? Paradox Fossils, did I hit save? I don't know what that's referring to. Don't know what she talking about. Hell 21. You still got Sex Doll Santa on it, your avatar, Brandy. Oh, that's what that is, of course. I knew there's a reason why women bought those, especially if they'd recently been through a divorce. I knew it. That's why. Right. So actually, Santa isn't a rapey dude, and I there was no need for me to feel traumatized that time that I walked in on my mom. Paradox Fossils, helium filled blow up doll. Yes, exactly. Brandy, I changed it, but all right, you're just talking shit to each other, which is just pointless me even reading. Um, Hell 21, Mank, why are you trying to worry me late at night with that link? Yeah. Well, I think the idea is that if you get ahead of the knowledge, then you don't have to be worried. You just know about it. I think that's the idea. Um, Chessboard, yeah. The one that took Goliath down, right? Right, yeah. Yeah. Hell 21's bra probably would take out a giant if used correctly. Um, just keep swimming. Harvest B, what's that say? Camion mutes sing with their hands. Dude, that's retarded, but thanks. I mean, I did not know that. That's really interesting. Yeah, I don't know if my job is necessary to have to retain everything you tell me because I would actually like to do it, but I don't know if I'm capable because a lot of the knowledge you're throwing my way is just brilliant. But I think it's as good at just finding its way somewhere to whoever needs it. You know what I mean? So I'm all right learning into this stuff perpetually, mate. So, but I do love that. Really interesting information, man. I love the sort of pooling together, like the crowdsourcing of our collective pointless knowledge. It's cool. Hell 21, Santa is a dirty old man. A dirty old man. Is he now? Is that what you've been saying? Santa, have you been a bad boy? Oh, yeah. Oh, there's something wrong with, I'm caught on your belt. I'm caught on your big black belt. Oh, um, is that your big black belt or are you just pleased to see me? You know what I want for Christmas, Santa? Will you give it to me? Brandy, Santa likes the cookie. Santa likes the cookie. Well, why did I see him munching your Dorito then, Brandy? Paradox Fossils, did I hit save? I did not type that. Very strange. What the fuck? Well, dude, that's a little strange. I'm not gonna lie. Um, Chessboard, you'll get there. Retaining is the secret. Holding one's drops is the secret. Are you a tantric master? Chessboard, cool. Brandy, don't forget the milk. Lol, lol. Yes. Well, you bring the milk, Brandy. You bring the milk and the cookies. Santa will take care of the rest. The Enlightened Man, easy USA coastlines and southwest UK coastlines will be hit bad if it happens. Florida, London, and Wales. Really, that far-reaching, it would actually do that. Be surprised if it came all the way up to us, mate. But not that I know. I don't know. No worries, Paradox Fossils. Okay, no more of this wacky tobacco. Mr. Hugh, hi, Hiveless. Nice to see you, Mr. Hugh. How are you doing? And by the way, you were referring to your kids the other day, not your harem. And I'm sorry to mix up those metaphors, but it was just for the sake of a laugh. Otherwise, that's where it definitely has to end. But yes, he didn't specify who he meant about people around him being sick. And anyway, I became sick and accused him of being, I don't know, man, a very successful wizard or something. Hell 21, Paradox, haha. Aloeni Noscator, give this a listen later, Hive. See if you like it. I look forward to that, Aloeni Noscator, and I certainly will. Definitely check that out. Thank you. Um, Icon sees Mr. No. My leg just fell off the bed. Alien leg. Psst. Pass it here, Paradox. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's been a while, like, but I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. Also, it'd be nice to have a spliff. Um, why, what, why have I got a pube in my mouth? No, I'm joking. I had a bit of, just a random fluff. What the? Why do I get a random bit of fluff in my mouth? Fluff? What you been doing, Hive? What you been munching? Don't ask. Nemo, chest. Oh shit, is that still working? Evie, can you see it yet? Nemo, chessboard, Kanosh. Oh, what was that? Kinshasa is the capital of Congo. Kinshasa. Oh God, I am dyslexic. Sorry, mate. Kinshasa is the capital of Congo. Kinshasa is the capital of Congo. Totally autistic, Nemo. Totally autistic fish. Icon sees with no sounds like some mad wavage surfs up. Wavage. Oh, sounds like some mad wavage surfs up. Well, yeah, it might be big enough that you have to use the tractor icon. Imagine that. Dun, dun, dun. Actually, have you got a boat icon, or you've probably got access to boats, aren't you? Close to the Great Lakes, kind of, aren't you? And have you worked out your storage situation? I wonder. Icon sees with snow sounds like some. Oh, I've already done that one. He always double posts as our icon. He doesn't mean to. He was thinking about Hell 21's double D's and got excited. Chessboard Nemo, Jew, not Nemo. Do you know the capital of Alaska? Indeed. Brandy, chessboard, and JCL Ohio. Sorry, one more conflict theory focuses on competition between groups in society over limited resources, deep subject. Yeah, the sort of the infighting and the creation of chaos, and yeah, that's crazy stuff, man. It sounds really interesting, JCL Ohio. I need to know about that, don't I? I really do need to. That's one of the things I need to know about and be able to sort of draw from it as some of the metaphors that I get into. JCL Ohio, yes, I grew up really poor. Sorry to hear that, dude. Sorry to hear that, mate. Well, sometimes with harder beginnings, Hell 21, you got to dig deeper, Hell 21, and you know, and well, to get that happy ending, Hell 21. But yeah, I know JCL Ohio. Look, mate, I've had to dig deep. Things started off really well for me, if you want to know the truth. Like, not I wasn't well off, but we were all right. In fact, I certainly wasn't well off. We were getting by. We're working class family, but we were not lower working class, educated. My dad was very educated. My mom was very educated. Had the benefit of, his having a go at making a living out of antiques, but that all changed thanks to IKEA and a whole shift in the culture there and other factors. And he could never retrain. He just could never retrain from what he was passionate about and was all into, which was what I'm like as a musician, what Icon is somewhat like with what he's into. It's that thing in a man that he has to be all about the thing. He has to be dedicated in principle to doing the thing. That's the real store that the man prefers to draw from if he's got interest in something. But yeah, I'm with you, dude. But it started out all right for me, and then it all went tits up after the divorce, and so it was nice having a flavor of what it could be and what's good, and then having tips up and go tits up and total toxic waste dump of a situation, and then you know, then you know what hell is and what heaven is, brother. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I could see with snow. I am close to the Great Lake of Michigan. No boat though. Fucking things are expensive. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I've looked into it. I have thought about that as an alternative lifestyle before. The Enlightened Man, I'm having my end of the world spliff now after watching the London V for Vendetta show today at London. Haha. Well, I got into that earlier, Mank, in this show a little bit, not deeply, but I was watching that as well. And yeah, it's although I might not be in the loop about some things, but I just saw it kicking off because the TSG was starting fights again, like they always do. Um, sorry, just bear with me a sec, guys. Let me just check that this audio setting is carried over. Yeah, I don't know why it's a little bit quieter today. I mean, it should actually be the same volume, but it's just been a little bit. Anyway, chessboard Nemo. So is what's that say? Brassville spelling probably wrong. So is Brassville spelling probably wrong. I can see Mr. No. On the other hand, these days I'd gladly sell off the house and move over there to buy a canal boat. I've looked into canal boats. They're actually quite expensive to keep. You'd only do it as a lifestyle thing. They're still quite expensive to like you'd still the upkeep is still equivalent to having rent, and there'll be some pros and many cons. So you have to be all about canal life, mate, before you get into that sort of stuff. I have looked into it. I took it quite seriously. But where things are going, it could certainly be advantageous, dude. Or not, because you don't know what's going to hit first or how. But I think if you could have both an apartment and afford to somehow keep a canal boat parked up or whatever, and do half the year on one and half the year on another, if you had the money, then cool. But you do have to have the money to do it, mate. It's not a cheap lifestyle. Lots of diesel, and firewood and all sorts of stuff. Maintenance, all that. Mr. Hugh, it's all going up, Icon, all around the world. Yes, it is. Well, V for Vendetta is quite fitting, wasn't it? Nemo, chessboard, carbon has an atomic number of six protons, six neutrons, six electrons. Well, graphene, isn't graphene carbon based, Nemo? Isn't graphene got some sort of, isn't its analog carbon? And doesn't it form the hexagon essentially? It's geometry, theoretically, isn't it hexagonal? Like the bee cone. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Illuminati confirmed. I could be wrong about that, mate, but I think that's right. Ooh, oosh, oosh. Not that we can't get into why graphene may or may not be relevant, allegedly, by the way, because our beekeepers, our keepers, don't want us letting the other less smart people know what they're trying to do to them, which is, fair enough, I guess. Hey guys, remember when you sold YouTube to Google? You still feeling happy about that? Yeah, you might have made a couple of billion at the time or whatever the fuck you made. But that little decision for you losers to sell this thing off to Google possibly cost us everything. And no, I mean, we'll see. And I'm not, I actually think we've already won. Spiritually, we've already won and they've already lost. Actually, I think they've overshot. I think too many people are awake, but it doesn't mean that there's not a serious struggle session going on. But yeah, I think you know what I'm saying with that anyway. Right, here we go. Hell 21. My dad is from a council estate in South Wales. Only became wealthy when I was 16ish. So you've had it the other way around. That's cool, man. You're posher than I, Hiveless. Yes, I am posher than you then. Although you've invested your dad's newly found wealth very well. Double D. Also, Icon sees Mr. No. So you literally are wealthier than me, Hal. You actually cost more than me. There's more investment gone into you. Your life insurance premiums would probably be well, I suppose they'd be lower because on account of you being well, yeah, we'll see. But you know what I'm trying to say. Some sort of joke about capital investments or something. I'm getting a longboard. Yeah, that might be the best you can do. Mr. Hugh, I sorry to hear that, Hopeless. Oh, about things going tits up. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, that's life, isn't it? I mean, there's no me here. It's just that the necessary work that needed to be done on this particular instrument in order that it actually be of use to others, frankly, was has in entailed that whole narrative, you know, arc for the hero's journey at the end of the day. So, we're all on that one, aren't we? We can only hope that we reinvest it as well as we can and deliver the payload and keep delivering payloads, for the good of everything. And the only way you know that you're actually doing good and doing less harm, oh, sorry, doing more good than harm is, well, yeah, apply the Hippocratic Oath to your dealings, actually. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? Um, that's a medical thing for all of you, I'm sure you know. But, yeah, there you go. Brandy, I got my porch, my banjo, I can die happy. There you go. Hillbilly life. Hillbilly don't need much. Just needs a porch, a banjo, and a little bit of funny business with her brother, with one of the siblings. Pretty sure that's what hillbilly life entails. And is that why you have a slightly small cranium, um, Brandy, like me? I don't think she does have a small cranium, actually, to be fair. Um, that was an incest joke. Chessboard, Nemo, name all 118 and what they're used for. Right, I missed that reference, but okay. JCL Ohio, my pops and I still college educated, so all good now. The mind can overcome all obstacles. Absolutely, man, absolutely. And actually, it's the people that have harder beginnings or harder times sometimes have to dig deeper and become something more. Nemo, JCL Ohio, no such thing as poor in the USA. Go to Zimbabwe and look at kids starving to death. Yeah, yeah, sure. That's absolutely right on, dude. Yeah. I'm talking in relative terms, just so no one thinks that they can, just so people know I'm not a totally posh twat. That's all I was really trying to cover. Not a posh twat, guys. Even though I sound like one at times, I would totally do what's that? The canala lifestyle if I could. Yeah, you'd probably have a good time doing it, to be fair, mate. It probably is a bit of crossover with the nudist thing with that whole thing, mate. Have yourself a little bell tent, you know what I mean? One of them canvas tent, and go around and hippie it up some of the summer. And yeah, you probably would have a good time, to be fair, mate. JCL Ohio, so true, Nemo. No self pity allowed growing up. Right. But it's also not to deny the bits of you that might feel a certain way about it. So it's actually that you got to get all of the committee talking. So it's not, and I'll be just straight up. I know you mean that in a stoic, real way, but on the real though, on the real, it's not about repression. So it's not about hard, fast rules. Yeah. So it's not about having hard, fast rules like that. So it's about getting all the different bits of you, the disparate bits of you to talk because your committee up there, the bit of you that feels a little bit sorry for themselves, the bit of you that wants to be a go-getter and is ambitious, the bit of you that's hard-nosed and bullish, the bit of you, and by bits of you, I mean the different energies that are represented as different personality tendencies. Let me check this is working. Yeah. It's all about getting them talking. So the one bit's like, why were we abandoned? Why can't people just help us? Where's God when you need him? Why can't he just tell us what to do? I'm confused. And then there's a bit of you like, well, fuck it. We just got to take it on the chin. We're in the situation now. Let's fucking get on with it. And then there'll be another bit of you that says something else entirely. Like, fuck you guys. Let's just get stoned and watch it all burn, baby. You know what I mean? So it's getting the different bits of you to talk. This is why I am literally like watching a play. Because when you start to get the full integration going, all the different energies have a place. And honestly, my committee, there's no me, but there is a committee of archetypes, you know. And we have a laugh, man. We're having a laugh all the way to the fucking bank. Except I can't remember my PIN number, and I got no dollar because I'm poor, but I'm working on it. Brandy, Nemo, serious question. In fact, I'm not working on it at all, but I just trust that something will work out. Nemo, serious question. You know those commercials that advertise what conditions are like with those starving kids? Why don't their parents look sickly? There's a lot of propaganda going on for the sake of charities and stuff, and the solution is not really to sort of throw a load of money through charity their way, is it? The solution is to get the West off their fucking neck and change up the politics and let them actually. But because of the whole green agenda, we're making it nigh on impossible for, let's say, Africa to level up because we won't let them. Oh, and because we're always getting rid of good leaders, and all sorts of fucking internal behind the scenes politics that look at South Africa. You see, that's been allowed to fucking fall off a fucking cliff, man. That's really bad down there. White African farmers getting fucking brutalized, man. Not good, you know. Hell 21 will be lower immune system, perhaps, Brandy. And that's how it's going in America, by the way. They would they and Jesse Lee Peterson always says it, doesn't he, Nemo? South Africa is coming to America. I don't have an afro. I have an Amerifro. Um, no man is good. All is well. Hiveless B. Nemo reference to carbon was 666. Hiveless B. Nemo reference to carbon was 6. Yeah, I know it was carbon. I know. I know. No, I got that, mate. Did I not unpack that enough? I got that it was the devil's number. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The number of man, 666. He who has wisdom. Yeah, yeah. No, I got that. I didn't unpack it, to be fair. And I forget that in this format, not everything I think comes across. Although most of it does, because that's the nature of my autistic personality. Um, Hell 21, go large, go Dutch barge icon. Oh, right. I've never seen a Dutch barge. That's interesting. Carbon copy clone. Right on, man. Well, we're probably going to see it all happen in our lifetimes, except for the fact that we might all be dead soon. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Hell 21, I've worked all my life, Hiveless. Hard. Lol. Yes. It's well, I'd like to say that crime doesn't pay, hell, but Bukkake does. Very well, actually. And can I be your pimp? Because I need to earn a bit on the side. Thank you. Chessboard, Nemo, go tell what to the homeless veterans. Go tell that to the homeless veterans on the street. Yeah, well, poor is a relative thing. Although I'd still say that, yeah, it's no good the way the veterans are obviously, denied all of the healthcare that they are in the States, mate, and over here, to be fair, but certainly in the States. Disgusting. But in relative terms, there is an argument to be said that they still can gain access to amenities, clean water if they have to, some level of sort of healthcare or charity or aid, state aid to some degree. Don't forget, in the States, actually, chessboard, there is in the Constitution the welfare provisions made. Just as an ethos in the States, there's a provision made about welfare. And it doesn't mean, I know it's not meant to mean state aid proper. It's meant to mean like a spirit of charity in the people. It's not meant to be tax driven, but just that's part of the culture, even though it's falling away. That would help your proximity to the States. There is a reason why everyone wants in to the interior of United States chessboard. You have to ask yourself what's the reason, because there's still a way to make it work there. Mr. Hugh, as bad as however bad it could be. So to be fair, that was the point Nemo was making chessboard, but your point is also fair as well. Mr. Hugh, yes, hell, with newborn kids, what they're putting in the tin food breast is the best. Absolutely, Mr. Hugh. If you got newborns as well, but yeah, it's so fucked up where we're going with all that sort of stuff, man. Man, I'm with you. Oh yeah, Jeff Harding, you say tits up like it's a bad thing. Haha. Jeff, did you got the messages for Icon? Did you? Let me. Did you get my messages about Icon, Jeff? I'm just looking over. No, you don't. Uh, I don't know if you've got that, Jeff. I sent you a message from Icon in return. I sent the stuff to Icon then back to you. Brandy, leave my brother, cousin, husband out of this. That's hilarious, Brandy. That's really funny. Very funny. Icon sees with snow. Hey, actually, can I say this? Well, actually, do you know what I'm going to do? Oh, hang on. I'm going to fast forward. Um, well, look, I'm just going to move forward a little bit, everybody, because I just have to catch up. Um, I wouldn't mind being breastfed till 18, except to say that actually that would make me kind of a bit more into my mom than I'd want to be. So actually, maybe I would mind. Um, that is weird, actually. Yeah. Well, let's just say that the hard rule should be the hard rule. We should call it the hard rule. Hell, that you should at least stop when he starts getting hard. Hell, that's a joke, but that was very edgy. But it was meant to be roast comedy night at the end of the day. So fuck you. Um, anyway, Hell 21. I'm setting up a rival religion, Temple of Nude. Is any if anyone is interested? Whoa. Well, that's actually gonna fucking take off, man. Your clothes. That is actually gonna take off. Shit, that's brilliant. Well, hell, please do that. I think that's brilliant. I'll do Temple of Dude and you do Temple of Nude. Fuck. Together we could probably take over the world with that shit. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I think we actually could take over the world with that. Hell. Can we do it? Can we actually do that? Joking aside. Wow. Two breasts are better than one. um, but no offense if you've only got one, guys. Or none. We don't care here. Um, I'm in hell. Well, good for you, Jeff. Good for you. Send pictures. Awesome. Exactly. If I miss anything that you'll say, I do. Oh, right, active shoes here. Shit. Well, I've got to catch up a little bit at least. What's Jeff saying? I'm into that Hell 21. Haha. Jeff Harding, I was contemplating Temple of Ludes, but nudes sounds even better. Absolutely. Yeah, it's genius. Brandy, don't know why starving parents don't look sickly. Yeah, there's a lot of contriving of all that sort of stuff, but it's not to say there aren't real issues. But yeah, of course, Hobbs, High Speed. It really is impossible to sound like a posh twat from Birmingham. Exactly. But I did manage it somehow, Hobbs. How did I manage it? But I somehow did. Somehow manage it. Perhaps it's because. Can you see it yet? Ideas are bulletproof. Um, Icon says, Mr. No, Mank, the map is sketchy at best. The East Coast is a good probability. The Mississippi is still held in its floodplain, but the West Coast prediction is whack. You've seen a topo of that area. Yeah, well, that's my feeling a little bit, mate, if I'm honest. Yeah, that's my feeling. And he means a topological graphy, topography, topological graphology, the topological, the topo. Have you seen the topology of the floodplain? Have you seen the topology of the land relief? He means the wobbliness of the land. Mr. Hugh, Hiveless, have you got PayPal on this stream? No. I'm not making any money, sir, and that's why I'm still using other people's music to shill. Um, well, not to shill, sorry, but to just play their music because I love it. I should get a link though. I mean, yeah, that's stupid of me. I should actually put a link because I'm absolutely am a beggar. Please, money to keep this thing going. I'm doing a show all the time. Money, little bit of money at least, just so I can actually do it. Um, but it's not about that primarily, dude, for me. But yeah, I should do it. I'm getting on top of everything I need to get on top of. I will put a little link in the end. Although should presume that I'll go subscribe star and a PayPal link, but I'll definitely not go with what's his fucking name? That scumbag piece of shit and his stupid website. Patreon. Patreon. Do you know about the Owen Benjamin case with Patreon and the sort of what's his name? That guy that Owen Benjamin's mates with that wrote a book about Jordan Peterson called Jordan Ethics. Fox Day. You ever seen that Fox Day's case against Patreon and all that sort of stuff? I actually didn't see how that wound up in the end. God, I'm gonna have to follow that up. Actually, I was quite interested in that at the time. But anyway, yeah, fuck Patreon. That's all you need to know on that. And they went after Carl Benjamin, didn't they? AKA Sargon of Akkad. So they can go and fuck themselves. And I think the leader of that lot is a stinking fucking loser. Very talented musician, but I don't appreciate it when Satan gives great talents to scumbags such as him from Patreon, and he is a very good musician, honestly. And Tommy York, whose politics is completely upside down and back to front and wrong. Tommy York is off the fucking scale, green, mad, lefty, loser, confused. But then again, so was Russell Brand, wasn't he? At the end of the day, I know he could at least be a bit more nuanced, but Russell Brand's come around full fucking circle now. So, but why is it that God allows the scumbags to have any modicum of talent? It gets confusing when we see that because you know what I'm saying? Because Tommy Hawk seems like he might be enlightened in some respects, like switched on, tapping in, and he probably is, but in those respects. But yeah. Anyway, that's a stupid rant, but there you go. The enlightened man icon. I don't know what a topo of the area means, bro. Topology, topography, top relief, land relief. I think he means. If I'm wrong about that, I apologize. Tarot card shooter, yes, and he's back to his old Avatar. It's good to see the old one back, but I do still really like the bunny one. I didn't quite get the reference to the other one, the Hugh. I can't remember what it was called, the film reference or whatever, but I didn't actually look it up, but I will. Yes, you want your tarots read. Well, you'll get your tarots read if we can convince Jen to come and to come and do you a reading. Icon says, Mr. No, hell, sign me up for the Temple of Nude. Absolutely, I want in the Temple of Nude. Active shooter Brandy. Is that you, Brandy? Ah, that's cute. What are you actually sitting on? Is that like one of those things in a playground or something? That's very sweet. Is that your son? Oh, sorry, I know I'm squinting, but I can't see it. But anyway, um, yeah, active shooter. I haven't emailed you yet about that whole thing, but in a nutshell, you know what, active shooter. Rather than me email you, let me just say, said troll turned up in the guise as Nix Lou. Nix Lou is an actual channel, over 1,000 subs, and presumably this person was mimicking that channel. Basically, I have told the channel in question that was what was up, and basically, um, was trying to sow discord proper in Lockbeard's chat and really stirring things up, kind of with perceptions to the point where Lockbeard got confused about who's the wronged party and who's doing the wronging. So that was no good. It was unnecessary bullshit. It wasn't the move to make, and so as far as I'm concerned, that's not a fucking goer now, shooter in any realistic way. The enemy of my enemy is not necessarily my friend. That's all you got to know, because they too might be criminally insane. Doesn't mean that I'm not about. They've got the route back. The route back is to speak to me in a way, although they've already sort of proved that they're fucking. But then again, Ruthless has multiple sock accounts, and actually everyone seems to these days. Am I the only one who doesn't? Um, Shooter started a new religion, did he? Well, Shooter, did you see my Houses of Parliament imagined explosion V for Vendetta and shit earlier? We blew up the Houses of Parliaments in our minds. watching V for Vendetta. It was my first ever premiere. I premiered V for Vendetta, the House of Parliament get blown up. And by the way, I might just add, it ought to symbolize democracy, of course, but no, it doesn't anymore. It symbolizes the seat of corruption now. Temple of Pubes, well, very funny. That'll probably be Ruthless's version of a mock religion, of my mock religion, just in case I wasn't really being unironic. Next to the pond of Vaseline. Okay. I can't. Sorry, chessboard. The veterans I know are too proud with pride. Too proud with pride. You could just stay at too proud there. I think chessboard. They're too proud with, too puffed up with pride, or too proud to get that help they need. The veterans I know are too proud to get that help they need. Yeah, to concede. True, and that's a whole training, and that's fine, man. And my dad was somewhere that way, and men are stoic, and we don't want to be turned into these sort of rejects of the state, fucking, or machine. Um, that's what's brutal and disgusting about the state. My dad was a fucking um, uh, casualty of that, and I myself am a casualty of that. And this is my imaginary. Sorry, this is my. Well, it probably is imaginary, but this is my imagination meeting the challenge in a very unique way and becoming to meet the particulars of this strange um, form that sort of that takes. You see what I'm saying? So rather than being gone to it, it's like, oh, well, why not use their technology against them while I still can? And let's learn how to do it and rise to the challenge and see where it goes, because you don't know where it goes. So at least I'm a great believer in that if you take actions in faith and ask to become an instrument for the good, that things will be added onto you. Like that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. And actually, isn't there a line in V for Vendetta? What's that? Sounds a little bit too communistic for my liking, but also it's kind of true. Something about unity and faith. Something about unity and faith. If someone can hook me up with that quote. Um, faith through unity, anyway, it's basically something, fearlessness through unity, unity through faith. It's something like that. I got the message. Oh, you got the messages, Jeff. That's good. That's good. Icon sees with snow. I was always told Vaseline for doorknobs to keep the kids out. Haha. I thought that's how you keep the kids in the basement. Um, active shooter. Icon sees with snow. Man, look at a topographic map of the western side of the US. It's a great improbability to have water in the area shown. Yeah, right. In other words, it's high relief. It's high up. It's high above sea level. Lots of parts of it. I presume that's what he's saying. Then, like, man, I'm thinking they are planning a mega earthquake splitting America, as movies show mega earthquakes showing their plans. As American is the last place of freedom, because if you lose, we lose. Well, it's almost looking to me though, man, like they don't need to do something like that. Not that they won't, and not that they can't, and I don't know to what extent it's possible, but they're doing just fine with all the other carnage they're causing without that. So my bets are on. They want to. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. You could already achieve. They do primarily. The UN's plans were to bring about. Sorry, I have to couch this in a particular way. Allegedly, and so I've heard it said by some, that the UN had designs of decimation of the world population through starvation, and you could achieve that very easily through hyperinflation, um, disrupted supply chains, which you're already seeing lots of, and then usher in the sort of the what do you call it, the sort of martial law, under the guise that there's also simultaneously other things going on, such as solar flares, which they seem to be sort of pushing the narrative on at the moment. Proper or not, I don't know, but either way, it could be Project Bluebeam, and it could be proper, and it could be an EMP, and we don't know, and it could be certain parts of the world and not others. They could have a different plan for every state or whatever. But the long and short of it is martial law, depopulation, allegedly, according to some who have talked about that shit. But I personally don't know, of course. The Enlightened Man icon, I'll study the topographic map of the western side of the US. Cool. Right, I have to catch up a little bit. Tidal waves are coming, they may well be. I have to, right, I'm just going to have to just be brutal and just kind of skip loads of people. I do apologize. I'll at least give Shooter a go. Are we saving America tonight then? Are we saving America tonight then? America's falling off a cliff, and I think it's necessary for it to entirely fail before there's even a chance at that. But it is now that we plant the seeds for the regrowth and the pushback and whatnot. I mean, look at Soviet Russia, for instance. Probably all of the seeds of the regime's destruction were planted early on. Well, we need to plant the seeds of our revolution now. And I know that's not a word that more conservative-minded or sort of decent folk like to toy with, but we mean a revolution from the elite capture. Sorry, not elite capture. That's a term that means something in particular, to do with blackmail of elites. To do with you know what I'm saying. We need a revolution to get out of the usual feudal bullshit, psychopathy of the elite agenda. And it takes us all waking up to it and becoming confident and fearless and knowing what's up and teaching our own kids and taking the kids out of school and pushing back on a local level to do with all sorts of policy and whatnot. Protecting your rights to free roam and getting as empowered as possible and not relying on the state. Building communities. But look, that's all a lot of hard work. And like I say, we're doing a sort of version of that, but it's all very scrappy. But don't worry that it's scrappy. Don't let that phase you. It's necessarily scrappy. Just trust, by God's grace, it's as scrappy as it needs to be for reasons. There's cover in that. There's cover in that because we can also look as more discombobulated than we really are. You see what I'm saying? So as that you're not taken out prematurely or something like that. So have faith, or just know that it works out in the end. And I don't mean, and I'm not being a hippie about that. I'm really not. I'm just saying, hang on, let me just check this. Good. Anyway, moving on. You know what? I think you get the message. I think you get the message. I'm just saying that catastrophizing in your head that the ego wants you to get to do and little devil in your head, there's no cause for fear here, guys. If you're dead, you're dead. And so what's the point in being fearful ever? That's not how life works. Have faith that it's unfolding perfectly. There's not a grain of sand out of place. There's no ego. There's no you. You are being, not person, primarily. You're beyond already, and we're all here supporting each other. Have a nice time. All we are is experiencing beings. We're having an experience. Let's make sure it's a good one for each other so that we're at least creating positive, virtuous, karmic tendencies for our future lives, if it comes to that, or future moments. And that's the best you can do. Impart what you know with good faith. And that's it. Miss Hugh, I only asked because you lost your PIN number. Who, me or someone else? Oh, right. Did I say that? Right, I might have said that. Okay. Right, I might have been just joking about some shit. To be fair, my card. Actually, I probably shouldn't say that. No, it's fine. I won't say something about my bank card that's relevant this month. But anyway, yes, I was probably just pulling someone's leg, Mr. Hugh. Chessboard Hybris B. Whom do you consider the most evil person on this planet? George Soros, or Bill Gates? I get a feeling that Klaus Schwab was like just the protege of Henry Kissinger, and he's a little too jolly for me to be truly although I'd have no doubt he's an evil scumbag, don't get me wrong, but I think proper George Soros is the most evil, wretched being on this planet. In fact, you know what? I said planet shit. I shouldn't lie about the true nature of our realm. I'm using idioms, that other people use there, but I say ironically, of course, because it's not one. No, Hillary Clinton, though, truly wretched being, but I don't think she holds enough sway to be truly as wretched. Although I'd imagine the fact that she doesn't hold the sway she thinks she deserves would maybe make her even more wretched than George Soros's face suggests he really is. Yeah, George Soros, Bill Gates is really up there. I mean, he's duping delight at the idea of global elimination of the plague. What does that sound like? Brandy, it worked. A rodeo, a bee. Oh, right. I rode a bee once, as I said, at a rodeo. Oh, what? Yay, it worked. I rode a bee once, as I said. Oh, that's what the picture is. Oh. Oh, that's so cool. Well, it's a bit of a downer that you rode a bee. Anyway, I won't say it, but with your son, but you know what I'm saying. But it actually was a true fact of life. Well, that's very cool. Show me the actual picture, Brandy, because the little YouTube things in the way there. See? So show me the actual picture if you get a chance. Hell 21. Hang on a sec. Let me get to you. I'm just checking that. Hell 21. It's a bee, Brandy. I didn't see it before. You actually rode a bee? No way. Like I said, that would be hard, but active shooter, what is he on about? Carrots for? They was fireworks. What's he on about carrots for? They was fireworks. I've missed something there, shooter. What's he on about carrots for? They was fireworks. I've definitely missed something there, shooter. I don't know what I've missed, unless you were talking to someone else. To be fair, I'm going to assume you were talking about someone else. In fact, because I did skip a bunch, didn't I? Active shooter, I hate trolls that mimic others like that. Yes, it's disgusting, shooter. Um, Reminds me of a certain shoe bomber that I saw recently. Um, Gruber was brilliant. I don't think Sagipur's here, but I wish I could have given that. I'll get that right as soon as I can sort out his accent and learn what LOLO is, which I actually did a crash course in earlier. Nemo, chessboard. People are not evil per se. People are not good. People are just people. They might have pure evil flowing through them or goodness, but people themselves are just vehicles. I totally agree with that. Chessboard, Nemo. If you were a whammon, I would actually marry you, but I'm pretty sure you're not a whammon. But still send nudes because anyone who knows that shit, I will still I'll still make a calendar out of because they deserve a calendar. Um, totally agree, dude. Right on. And by the way, Nemo, can I say to you, Nemo, because you know I'm trying to grow this little man thing over here, whatever the hell it is, right? Well, Nemo's from Jesse Lee Peterson crew, basically, and me and him are cut from exactly the same stuff in that regard. He knows where it's at, man. Nemo, go and get some of your clan from Jesse's. Well, this is not an order. You do what you want because you're not part of a cult at the end of the day. I'm just saying, if you ever think to do it spontaneously all by yourself, then could you go and get me some friends, mate? Because this thing doesn't grow without me really working hard and grifting. I'm not kidding. And it's because the algorithms all don't help channels like this anymore. So just a thought, mate. But I could do with as many good people like yourself from that neck of the woods as possible. And if I'm not getting them, no one's getting them. And you might be better instantiated over there. You might be more in the chat box world over there. So any ideas, Nemo? I'd really appreciate it. I'm just trying to get the same message as Jesse's getting out, but well, and other stuff and slightly different and things like that. But it's essentially the same stuff, as you know. The Enlightened Man Icon 3. What? Oh, I'll study. Sorry, Icon. I'll study it and let you know. Haha. I think fault lines are melted buildings and can be weakened to crumbs. If you watch this video, you may believe it too. That was way more subtle, and well, I respect that, Mank. See, Mank's actually done it there. Mank, I love you, Mank. Mank actually heeded my advice that not to say it as if it's fact, but to couch it in terms that it might be. Because if you're truly intellectually honest with yourself, when it comes to that level of the theory, some of it's not as known as like the out and out refutation. If you refute the ball, you've refuted the ball. Because in science, you can be sure of what that which you've truly refuted, as long as it's recreatable and you could lay out how you did it and it's rational. So proper refutation can lead you to stand on firmer ground, let's say. But when it comes to positive theorizing, such as the melted building stuff, I advise Mank could couch it in more honest terms and say, "I think this may be true, but you decide." And he's actually done it, and I really respect that, Mank, because I at least think it as awesome as my impression of the mad enlightened Mank. The world is circuit boards, melted buildings. As fun as my impression of you doing that is, it's only fun when I do it, I reckon. And yeah, I think sugarcoat a lot more flies than vinegar, and humility and transparency and non-evil and jealousizing about whatever it is you're trying to get people to maybe at least look at and engage with probably caught more fruit flies than vinegar in that sense too. Um, Nemo, chessboard, a better question. Who is the most impactful person flowing with evil? And the answer has to be President Xi. Well, some people claim, yeah, I mean, God, I mean, the what would you say, that which he presides over, what the principality he presides over, um, yeah, quite the influence in terms of ability to be maximally brutal and cruel. Um, so in terms of actual raw power, who's the most powerful? I think you might have answered the question. Well, then again, you've got people that are more influential and powerful in the world stage than she. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know about Chi's character. He's obviously quite willing to be a vector for the CCP to channel its desires through, and he's happy to be the front man for the CCP, the sort of front man for the Borg. At the end of the day, what you get in the elite world is a lot of people that are willing to be captured by the elite and used for its purposes, as if it had a mind of its own, as if the will of the collective per se, in this case being the inner circle, the inner sanctum, the special interest group, whatever that would, however that would acknowledge itself in terms of its own desires, as if it were its own being. People like Tony Blair, or Boris Johnson or Xi, people that are willing to come in line with that sort of stuff. Now, I think in cases of places that are so brutal and heavy and cold as China, politically and whatnot, um, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't in a way. And so to become part of the power structure there wouldn't necessarily be evidence or denote someone who's truly evil primarily. Um, well, it would actually, because you're handing yourself over to being a fucking sock puppet for the devil, Satan becoming your daddy. But I'm not entirely sure that he's necessarily as evil as Soros, who out of his own will, although loosely speaking, of course, but out of his own imagination, is drawn to be as cruel as possible on purpose for fun. I don't see that she's got that character, so I might disagree with you there, Nemo, and say that I think George Soros is probably fits the bill a bit better than she, because he might be, you know, he might find himself in that position for other reasons we don't know entirely. What's Icon Seasons now? You got something not 2 hours long. You got something not 2 hours long. Yeah. Yeah, have you, Mike? Got something not 2 hours long? Very funny. Hobbs, Temple of Nude would be cool. The male equivalent of Calendar Girls. Oh my God. Well, I was hoping it wouldn't be male, mate. Well, I think that's just totally ruined it for me already. I want to be Christmas. Lots of tinsel to hide my inadequacies. Yeah, we'll put a star on top of it, mate. I think people just generally like things with stars are put on top of them. To do that then, mate. Put a star on it. If you want it, then you should have put it. Something. Mr. Hugh, you should watch it. Oh right, it's a mind opener. Okay, Mr. Hugh's watched it. Um, Active shooter, did you get most candy at Halloween? Hell, yeah, I'm sure she did pretty well on her road. To be fair, I'm sure she did quite all right. Shooter, you've been putting fireworks through people's letterboxes. Um, Icon. Okay, faved it to watch later. Mank will provide my input next Hive Live. Respect. He's actually going to give it a go, Mank. Then, like Mank, Mr. Hugh watched this video of the circuit board Earth and the method they use to drain our energies like vampire that through building stadiums. Maybe missing a word there, Mank. Missing the word. Maybe you've gone back to your old style there, Mank. Bigfoot Anon, Icon, I boogie board, staying strong hubs. Nice. Active shooter, I burnt myself earlier. How fucking ironic. Shit, dude. Well, I'm sorry to hear it on this day of all the days. I'm sorry to hear it, bruh. Shooter. Do you know what's good for burn shooting? You probably do because you're an arsonist. Um, I used to have it. It was an essential oil. God, it's not coming to me now. Lavender. It's lavender oil. Buy lavender oil, guys. If you ever need to treat a burn, it's far more effective than water. It actually has properties. I think there was a story of a guy who got a burn in a lab, and I don't know if it was a chemical burn or other sort of burn, but I can't remember. But he got a burn, and he accidentally put his hand into a vat of lavender instead of water. That's the story. It does sound like possibly bollocks, but just telling you what I've heard. And and that's how I discovered that lavender is exceptional when it comes to stopping the scarring and the pain and whatever from a burn. Lavender oil. I've used it before on burns. That's the way to go for sure. Active shooter. Well, I say for sure. So I hear, and I'm not giving anyone medical advice. There you go. Active shooter. Don't watch it, Mr. Hugh. He's brainwashing you. Says the guy on a channel who's just created his own cult and his own religion, and who is donning this avatar. Not ironically, unironically, I swear. Do you believe me, Eve? Do you? No. Is it Evie or Eve? Like I keep forgetting if it's Evie or Eve. Anyway, Hobbs, Hybris B, are you in the cupboard under the stairs? Yes, can you tell? Cupboard under stairs. Hang on. The door's that way. The door's just there next to me. Hello? Skagheads? Yes, I am, mate. I am. No, no. No, I'm just an innocent skankhead in a cupboard. Leave me alone. It's a bad trip. That's all. I'm just talking to myself. Fuck you. Don't call the cops. Actually, that's the one good thing about living with skagheads. There's no fear of anyone calling the cops on you. Active shooter. Don't what? Oh right, I've already done that one. Hiveless B. Are you? Yeah, I already did that one. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Icon. Why are you playing with your boring flamethrower again? You're Hell 21, Mr. Hugh, you should get some links for Mank in return. Don't just be take, take, take. Give Mank some links to watch too. Yeah, you're such a taker, Mr. Hugh. Oh my God. The Enlightened Mank, I can't trust the knowledge, bro. And watch the link I gave Mr. Hugh, this one. The circuit board Earth knowledge and the melted energy draining, perhaps, allegedly. Uh, Mr. Hugh, active. My mind has been brainwashed from the day I was born. It is true. Um, right, let me move on. I'm just going to skip a bunch of stuff. Putting on for the book I stay every day. I never even heard it referred to that. That's news to me. The Enlightened Mank Frawida. Or is that somewhere else? I don't know. Enlightened man, good man, Mr. Hugh. The force of the. You know what I might do? I think it's time to sort of close her down at the end of the day. We've been going for ages. It's been fun though. Um, there's just no saving some, like moths to a flame. Yes, that's true. Well, that's so true, man. You know what? The populace are basically moths. Yeah. So you just got to let them do what they got to do. Hi, will this be your thoughts? Appreciated. Oh, thanks. I don't know what on what, but good. Thank you. Hell 21, Hugh, there's an exam after you've watched the link. Don't be skipping bits. Mank will know. Yeah, Mank figured out that I was pretending I'd watched the Melted Buildings when the buildings cried documentary. And no, I didn't actually lie about that at all, ever. I was total transparency and told him I'd only watched 20 minutes of it because I think Jerry was starting to annoy me. Um, which Hell 21 knows all about. Not although I've heard bits of it since, and he actually it's the most calm I've ever heard him. Actually, now that I know what his live streams are like, Icon says, "Miss Snow, why are we sending nudes? Just do it. Do first, ask later. Ask questions later." Mr. Hugh, I watched from the start. Hell, uh, marshmallow is the answer to question 4. Hugh, okay. Says how and then all right, where are we actually at? Let me skip right ahead actually and see where you're at. And you know what? There's every chance I've missed some stuff, but I'm just going to trust that you guys have all had. Oh, actually, I'll see. Active Shooter said something about echo chambers, which I've got to at least give a go. What's he saying? Active Shooter, it's like living in an echo chamber on here, where the conversation catches up with me 7 minutes after it originates by way of narration. Oh, literally an echo chamber. Yeah, a very long echo chamber. That's right. It's a very long echo chamber. In that respect, it is an echo chamber, but only in that respect. And anyone who disagrees with me will be banished from my cult. Um, you time traveled a touch shooter. Very cool. Yes, it's like time traveling, but having an improved thought thrown back at you. Unless, of course, I don't know what the fuck you're on about. In which case, you get a free little roast too, or um, I just don't do an impression of Gruber, and that whole fun potential grift falls on its arse. Sorry about that saggy paw, presumably. Um, damn it. Hello, hello. Mr. Hugh, stay safe, all hiveless. Next time, sir. Yes, sir. Icon says with Snow 100% mank. That reminds me of those who are not mentally fit enough to smoke it in the first place. Okay, well, I think we're kind of there. Right, amazing. What to do for an outro song? Because you know I could do the epic Egmont that I love, or I could play the Tchaikovsky one that I opened with. I couldn't do the full Tchaikovsky 1812 overture because it's too long. I can only do 10-minute videos basically, the way that StreamYard works. So I could I could do Tchaikovsky 1812, the short version of the overture. It's unfortunately only 4 minutes long, but it's got a sense of fireworks and all the explosions and stuff. So I could do that if you want it. It's only 4 minutes of music though, as opposed to Egmont, which is 10. And then I could also, you know what I could also do? I could do the one that I normally do for the Friends Simulator. I'm telling you all this so you can actually I can get a vote. You know the one I normally do for the Friends Simulator. No, wait. Dum 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 dum. Ba-dum, ba-da, ba-da, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da, ba. You know the whatever that is. Uh The Apprentice one, the dark one, with little baroque kind of picture or whatever. I don't know if it is baroque, but whatever. I could do that one. Super dark, the whole tune. That's about 6 minutes long, all in all the different movements. I could do that. I could do Mendelssohn's Symphony again, which was all right, I think, the other day. Um, let's leave it at that for now. Which ones of those would you like? Um, or I could do Prokofiev, and I can never say his name, so forgive me. Prokofiev, which is the same guy that did that. Dum, 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 dum. Um, Ivan the Terrible, which is very dark, but it is a sort of deep, dark night. And I never quite got to play that proper for the Halloween one because that fucked up. Do you remember? So which one of those people are we saying? And it has to be one of those. I can't just get a random one up. Beatbox and the outro. I could actually do that, to be fair. Um, no, that's just boring. I'm not going to do that shit. I have to have an actual tune in mind. And you're feeling the earth. Now you're feeling the girth. Active shooter. Right, what? Let me see. I need your input, guys. I'm just playing some elevator music until you tell me. Prokofiev, that mad. Yeah, which one icon? Which one that? Dum dum dum. The Friend Simulator. Friend Simulator icon. That one because he's done two. I mentioned two that he did. That one or Ivan the Terrible. Ivan the Terrible is very depressive and very moody. Um, so I don't know if you want to end on a down note. It is a downer. So which one? Whereas the Dance of the Nights, I think it's called, is a lot more epic and uplifting, even though it's super dark kind of thing. I'm waiting for an answer there, Icon. Waiting for your answer. And actually, I'm not even looking. Yeah, I can't see YouTube, so I've got to wait till it catches up. In here, is that working? Yes. Remember, folks, become an idea. Ideas are bulletproof. Toodaloo. Yeah, Songhai. Right. I'm going to take it that he means the apprentice one then, not the depressing one. Take care, folks. Stay cool. He's all right. All right. Fine. That's the one we're going for. Let me see what Mank's saying real quick. Hive, you watch a video of their method of draining our energy through buildings of stadiums and other building types and give your opinion. Yes, sir. Active shooter, you got any final thoughts? Hell 21. Hey, Hell 21, when are we going to speak, man? I haven't spoke to you in ages. I keep wanting to speak to you. My sleep's completely backwards at this rate. I think I'm just vampire life, just doing vampire life. But let me know when we can speak, man. I got to fucking speak. Um, Stay wild and kick doors. Well, awesome, man. And what you saying, shoot? You got any last thoughts or what you saying? The over enlightened Mank. Yes, he's too enlightened. Climb down and speak English. The Mank. You're beyond us. Yes, Songhai. That's right. All right, fine. Yeah, okay. Is that actually what that's okay? Is that what that's called? I don't know. I'm going to assume that's Russian for the Dance of the Nights, mate, but I can't remember. Hive is Campanella by Paganini. La Campanella by. All right, well, I'll have to look that up later, Nemo. Appreciate it, though. Hell 21's working in the morning. Yeah, we're going now, honey. I'll see you soon. I know, hon. That's fine. Catch up tomorrow evening. Well, we keep saying that, don't we? But it's fine. Yeah, there's no pressure. It's totally fine. I'm just saying it. I'm just saying. No, you good, hon? All right, guys. Well, here's the tune. Dance of the Nights. There you go. Speak it English, please. Um, Here you go, guys. In fact, where is that? Oh, yeah. Enjoy this. 6 minutes long. I'll still feature your chats, and I hope you've all had a good show. And I'll see you over the next few days. I'm going to be buying loads of shit and sort of chasing up what I need to for the system, getting my new upgrade for the system's sake. So I'll be primarily focused on that. So I don't know when I'll be doing streams in and around that. I may prioritize that stuff. Plus, I've got to get stuff ready in the squat, ready to take over and move into the flat. So I may or may not be doing streams over the next 3 days. That's Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But the likelihood is that I probably will be. But I don't want to feel the pressure that I'm doing it. Okay. And there's not really a schedule for any of those like there are on other nights. So I might see you. I might not. It's been fun. And Toodaloo. Enjoy this very scary song. Bye bye.